Hey everyone, and welcome back to Interesting Now. Today we're diving deep into the top 10 poorest countries in the world as of 2025. We're not just looking at statistics, we're going on a journey to understand the complex realities these nations face, because behind the numbers are real people, each with a story to tell. We'll explore the factors from historical events to geographical challenges that contribute to poverty. So grab your metaphorical thinking caps, because we're about to embark on a journey that's both heartbreaking and hopeful. Let's get started. Madagascar, the beautiful island nation off the coast of Africa, is known for its unique biodiversity. But beneath its stunning landscapes lies a stark reality. With a GDP per capita of just $1,990, Madagascar ranks among the poorest countries globally. A history of political instability and corruption discourages foreign investment, a crucial ingredient for economic growth. Add to that a lack of infrastructure, and it becomes a steep uphill battle to lift people out of poverty. Madagascar is also incredibly vulnerable to natural disasters like cyclones, which can wipe out crops and infrastructure in an instant. Despite these challenges, the people of Madagascar are incredibly resilient. They've got this incredible spirit of community and innovation, constantly finding ways to adapt and survive. Understanding these issues is the first step towards finding solutions. Landlocked in the heart of the Sahel region, Niger faces a brutal combination of challenges. With a GDP per capita hovering around $1,980, it's one of the poorest countries in the world. Imagine living in a place where the desert seems to stretch on forever, where droughts are a constant threat, and access to clean water is a daily struggle. Climate change is hitting Niger hard, making an already tough situation even tougher. Droughts are becoming more frequent and severe, decimating crops and pushing communities to the brink. Despite these immense challenges, the people of Niger continue to strive for a better future. They're finding innovative ways to adapt to the changing climate, like practicing sustainable agriculture and water conservation techniques. It's a testament to the human spirit, the ability to find hope and resilience even in the face of overwhelming odds. Liberia, a nation on the west coast of Africa, carries the weight of a troubled past. Decades of civil war left its economy in ruins and its people deeply scarred. While Liberia has made strides towards peace and democracy, the ghosts of its past still linger. The scars of conflict run deep, impacting everything from infrastructure to education. With a GDP per capita of around $1,900, Liberia is still grappling with the legacy of its past. But amidst the challenges, there's a palpable sense of hope in Liberia. The younger generation, those who grew up after the war, are determined to build a brighter future. They're harnessing the power of education, entrepreneurship and technology to break the cycle of poverty and create a more prosperous Liberia. Somalia, located in the Horn of Africa, has been synonymous with conflict and instability for decades. Decades of civil war, terrorism, and political turmoil have crippled the nation. Imagine trying to build a life where violence can erupt at any moment. Somalia is trapped in a cycle of poverty and conflict. The lack of a stable government hinders foreign investment and basic services. Millions of Somalis live in overcrowded refugee camps. Despite these challenges, the Somali people show incredible resilience. They strive for peace, hoping for a brighter future. Peace and stability are the foundations of prosperity and hope. The Democratic Republic of Congo, often called Congo, is a land of stark contrasts. It's a nation blessed with an abundance of natural resources, from diamonds to copper to cobalt, yet it remains mired in poverty. It's a classic case of the resource curse, where the wealth generated from these resources often fuels corruption and conflict, instead of benefiting the people. With a GDP per capita of around $1,840, Congo highlights the complex relationship between natural resources, governance, and poverty. Decades of exploitation, both from within and outside its borders, have left Congo's economy in shambles and its people struggling to survive. But amidst the challenges, there's a glimmer of hope. A new generation of Congolese leaders and activists are working to break the cycle of corruption and create a more equitable future. They're demanding transparency, accountability, and a fairer share of the nation's wealth for its people. Mozambique, a nation on the southeastern coast of Africa, is no stranger to hardship. Recovering from a devastating civil war, it has been hit hard by natural disasters in recent years. Cyclones, floods, and droughts have become all too familiar, each one setting back the country's progress and pushing more people into poverty. With a GDP per capita of around $1,730, Mozambique faces an uphill battle. Rebuilding infrastructure, strengthening its economy, and lifting its people out of poverty requires a monumental effort. But the people of Mozambique are resilient. They've shown incredible strength in the face of adversity, coming together to rebuild their lives and communities time and time again. International aid and support play a crucial role in helping Mozambique recover and build resilience against future shocks. Malawi, often called the warm heart of Africa, is known for the kindness and generosity of its people. But beneath its warm exterior, Malawi faces deep economic challenges. With a GDP per capita of roughly $1,710, Malawi is one of the poorest countries in the world. Its economy heavily relies on agriculture, which makes it incredibly vulnerable to climate change. Droughts and floods can wipe out entire harvests, leaving farmers with nothing and pushing families further into poverty. Access to healthcare and education remains limited in many parts of Malawi, hindering its human capital development and perpetuating the cycle of poverty. Despite these challenges, the people of Malawi remain resilient. They continue to work hard, support their communities, and strive for a brighter future. The Central African Republic, or KR, has been ravaged by conflict for years. Political instability and armed groups have created a humanitarian crisis. Imagine living in fear, where violence could erupt at any moment, forcing you to flee your home. KR is one of the poorest and most fragile countries in the world. The conflict has decimated its economy and displaced many. Despite challenges, there are glimmers of hope. Local communities are working tirelessly to build peace and create a better future. Even in dark times, the human spirit strives for a peaceful future. Burundi, a small landlocked country in East Africa, has been plagued by political instability and poverty for decades. A history of ethnic conflict, coups, and political violence has left its mark on the nation, hindering its development and trapping its people in a cycle of poverty. With a GDP per capita of approximately $985, Burundi faces significant challenges. Lack of infrastructure, limited access to education and healthcare, and high levels of corruption exacerbate the situation. The political climate remains fragile and human rights abuses are a serious concern. Despite these challenges, the people of Burundi are resilient. They continue to hope for a better future, working hard to provide for their families and rebuild their lives. It's a reminder that even in the face of adversity, the human spirit can endure, and the desire for a more peaceful and prosperous future remains strong. South Sudan, the world's youngest nation, has been ravaged by civil war since its independence in 2011. Years of conflict have left its economy in ruins, its people displaced, and its future uncertain. With a GDP per capita of roughly $762, South Sudan is the poorest country in the world. The ongoing conflict has resulted in widespread human suffering, with millions facing hunger, displacement, and lack of access to basic necessities. Despite the immense challenges, there are glimmers of hope. Peace talks are ongoing, and there's a collective desire among the South Sudanese people for an end to the violence. The international community plays a crucial role in supporting peace-building efforts, providing humanitarian assistance and holding those responsible for human rights abuses accountable. It's a long and arduous journey, but the hope for a peaceful and prosperous South Sudan remains alive. That was heavy, wasn't it? Looking at the realities of poverty in these 10 countries can feel overwhelming, but it's important to remember that these statistics represent real people, each with their own story of resilience, hope, and struggle. By understanding the root causes of poverty, supporting organizations working on the ground, and advocating for policies that promote sustainable development, we can make a difference. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. Because the more we understand about the world around us, the better equipped we are to make it a better place for everyone.